So you've probably seen the latest Jurassic World Rebirth and wondered, is this the dino movie of the century or just another dinosaur on the loose flick? Well, stick around because we're about to dive into the good, the bad, and the what were they thinking moments of this latest Jurassic adventure.
I mean, it's all right, like...
We're talking mutants, monster love, and more CGI than your brain can process in one sitting. First, before we get into the nitty-gritty, smash that like button if you think this movie deserves a solid meh, and make sure to subscribe so you can join the dino debate in the comments. Trust me, you're going to want to stick around for this one. There's a swimming T-Rex involved, and we all know nothing gets Jurassic fans more hype than that. Oh, and don't forget to drop a comment with your thoughts on the movie. Did it live up to the hype, or did it just make you wish for a better dino flick? Okay, so Jurassic World Rebirth. Was it the best? Was it the worst? Well, it was somewhere in the middle. If you thought this was going to be Jurassic World meets The Lost World with a dash of Camp Cretaceous vibes, spoiler alert, it's not. It's like Jurassic Park 3, but in a good way, if you ignore the whole let's make another dinosaur movie with half-baked plotlines thing. Let's start with what everyone really cares about, the dinosaurs. This movie might just have one of the best dino scenes in the franchise. But before you get too excited, let me hit you with the first biggest flaw of the movie. The screen time for some of these amazing creatures, oh yeah, it's like blink and you miss it. Seriously, it's like they put in these top-tier dinos and then decided, nah, let's show more of the humans talking. Yawn. Now let's talk about the real stars of this show, the dinosaurs. Because let's face it, we didn't come here for a family drama. We came for big, scary reptiles. And boy, do they deliver when they actually show up. Ah yes, the armored tank of the dino world. This chunky beast is equipped with thick, bony armor and a tail club that could knock your teeth out. In the movie, it shows up in the forest, like it's ready for battle, stomping around with that intimidating armor, but its screen time is so short, you barely get to appreciate it. It's one of those blink and you miss it moments. You'd think with all that armor, it'd have a bigger role if only it wasn't outshone by every other dino on screen. This gentle giant is like the Jurassic equivalent of a giant herbivorous giraffe, but we only see it in one brief shot, lying on the road, likely dead or seriously injured. In this moment, the movie establishes something important. Dinosaurs can now only survive near the equator, and everywhere else, they're slowly dying off due to climate change, oxygen levels, and environmental instability. So, seeing the Apatosaurus in such a vulnerable state is more than just a passing visual. It's a subtle reflection of the environmental message the film tries to convey. But here's the real tragedy. An Apatosaurus that actually gets a moment to roam free on the island could have been a pretty cool scene. It's not the T-Rex, but still, it would have been nice to see this majestic creature truly live on the island, not just end up as a roadblock to the plot. Instead, we get a missed opportunity for a meaningful dino moment. It's like they just left it there to rot, literally and metaphorically. If anything, the scene feels like a sad commentary on the fate of these creatures in the current climate. Now, meet Dolores, the pet dinosaur you never knew you wanted. Dolores is a tiny, adorable herbivore, and she quickly becomes a family's unofficial pet. Forget about dogs and cats. The family's now walking around with a dinosaur. It's like a dino version of having a hamster, only, much bigger and with more teeth. Dolores is almost like the quirky sidekick in the movie, sticking close to the family throughout their journey. But let's be real, if you took her out of the film, you'd barely notice. She's there to provide some cuteness and comic relief, but it's also a bit absurd seeing a tiny dino running around like it's no big deal. Honestly, I kind of love how they casually treat Dolores like a regular house pet. So much for the nature is unpredictable vibe, right? But here's where it gets really interesting, and honestly a bit absurd. The movie clearly states that dinosaurs can now only survive near the equator. Everywhere else, they're slowly dying off due to climate changes, unstable oxygen levels, and environmental instability. So, when the little girl decides to bring Dolores home with her, presumably outside the equatorial zone, what she's really doing is guaranteeing Dolores' slow death. Now, it's framed as this heartwarming moment, like, oh look, she's saving a dino from extinction, but logically, it's tragic. Dolores isn't getting saved, she's getting doomed. The movie tries to make it all feel sweet and emotional, but the reality is, it's like adopting a rare pet that needs a very specific environment, and then taking it somewhere where it's literally going to die. Great parenting there, kid. But wait, before you get too upset, here's the kicker. The movie also specifically says that most dinosaurs can't survive outside the equator. Notice how they didn't say all dinosaurs, though? So, in the grand tradition of movie logic, I've got to believe the filmmakers were like, well, we can't let Dolores die, so let's just make her one of the special ones who can survive anywhere. Yep, Dolores is a tiny Aquilops, only about 2 feet tall. It's one of the smallest dinosaurs, and that probably means it doesn't need as much oxygen as the bigger, more dramatic dinosaurs, like sauropods or large theropods. So, what do? They make Dolores tiny and therefore immune to the whole climate problem. Perfect. Now, she can totally survive being taken off the island without spontaneously combusting into a pile of dino dust. Oh, Parasaurolophus, we hardly knew ye. This iconic herbivore with the massive crest on its head gets a pretty sad fate in Rebirth. Instead of seeing it alive and rocking its cool crest, we're treated to its carcass. It's like they wanted to show us some iconic dino death for dramatic effect, which, I get it, but come on, a little more love for the living dinos, please. Parasaurolophus deserved better than this. This flying reptile is basically the MVP of the skies in Jurassic World. With a wingspan the size of an airplane, the Pteranodon flies around with grace and terror. But again, much like everything else in this movie, it doesn't stick around long enough to make an impact. Still, if you're into flying beasts, this is a pretty cool visual. It's the Jurassic equivalent of that one bird you can't help but look at when it soars past you. Look at these little guys go! Compsognathus is the speedy little carnivore that scurries around causing trouble. It's small, but fast, kind of like the Jurassic version of a mischievous rat. These little raptors pop in and out of the scene, usually just doing their thing, being adorable or menacing, depending on your point of view. It's funny how these tiny dinosaurs can steal more of the spotlight than some of the big boys. The Spinosaurus makes its glorious return in Rebirth. And let me tell you, it's like they tried to pack all the terror of a crocodile, a T-Rex, and a dragon into one massive creature. Seriously, this dinosaur is no joke. It's big, it's mean, and it has a sail on its back that just screams, "I'm the boss." But it doesn't get the love it deserves. And for some reason, it feels more like a side character this time around. I mean, it's huge. It's scary, but there's only so much screen time they're willing to give it. A bit of a missed opportunity. When Quetzalcoatlus makes its grand entrance, it's hard not to be in awe. This flying giant has the wingspan of a jumbo jet, and it's flying everywhere. Seriously, it's like they took the biggest flying reptile ever and decided, yeah, let's make this thing soar around on screen for a good while. This isn't just a blink and you miss it moment, like some of the other dinosaurs in the film. Oh no, Quetzalcoatlus gets a decent amount of screen time, gliding majestically through the skies, looking all graceful and terrifying at the same time. It's the perfect visual. Just imagine a bird of prey. If that bird was the size of a small airplane. And yet, despite the extended screen time, it still doesn't feel like we get enough. The filmmakers give us a glimpse of its full glory, but we don't get nearly as much of its awesome aerial prowess as we could have. It's flying, it's intimidating, but once again, as is typical with the movie, it's a little underwhelming. Cool visuals, but no real depth or significant impact on the story. Still, it's probably one of the most visually striking creatures in the entire movie. And here's where things get wild. The D-Rex is a mutant horror show. Imagine a T-Rex crossed with something that belongs in a bad science fiction movie. This creature has 6 limbs and looks like something out of a nightmare. Its freakish appearance will make you question every decision that led to its creation. But I'll give it this: it does bring a certain level of terror to the film. Talk about a wasted cameo. This ancient fish, a Dunkleosteus, makes its blink-and-you-miss-it appearance caught in a fishing net. It's literally just there to splash into the scene for like 2 seconds. At this point, you're left thinking, is that it? We get it, you wanted to show the aquatic life, but come on, that's just cruel. This is where Rebirth really throws us a curveball. Titanosaurus gets a lot of love, and by love, I mean a romantic subplot with another dino. Yes, you heard that right. The massive sauropod not only gets plenty of screen time, but it also has a love scene, because apparently dino romance is a thing now. If you're into giant creatures getting cozy, then this movie might just be for you. It's back. And it's still terrifying in the water. You'd think it'd get more screen time, especially given its aquatic nature, but nope. More humans running around, less Mosasaurus terror. Typical. Here's where things get weird. A flying raptor-like hybrid, and let's just say it doesn't exactly scream Jurassic icon. You wish they would have just stuck with regular raptors, but no. You'll find yourself thinking, I'd rather be watching raptors chase people. Am I right? Okay, you heard that right. A swimming T-Rex. Not only does it roar its way into the movie, but it decides to make a splash. Literally. It's one of the most ridiculous yet oddly awesome scenes in the movie, because nothing says Jurassic World like a T-Rex who also knows how to do laps. I mean, who's the real aquatic predator here? Ah, the frilled terror of the Jurassic franchise. The Dilophosaurus is back, spitting venom with that famous frilled neck. This guy gets an iconic moment, but like most of the creatures here, it doesn't do much. It just kind of stands there looking menacing. Classic Jurassic Park, but it feels like they could have done more with the creature's potential. Make it more of a threat instead of a cameo. So there you have it, Jurassic World Rebirth. It's got everything: dinosaurs, family drama, cheesy CGI, and enough predictable moments to make you wish you brought a blanket to cover your face during the boring parts. If you go in expecting a masterpiece with deep characters and an original plot, well, good luck with that. But if you want brainless fun and dinosaurs, this movie will scratch that itch. I mean, I'm not mad I watched it, but I definitely wouldn't call it a must-see. I'm giving it a solid 6 out of 10, because hey, at least the dinosaurs were cool. Kind of. Most of them, anyway. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to like and subscribe. And hey, if you want to keep the prehistoric vibes rolling, check out my last videos where we dive into the mysterious early Homo sapiens in Southeast Asia. Did they really evolve differently? Or maybe you're curious about the killer kangaroo that terrorized the Australian outback. Trust me, you won't want to miss that one. Catch you next time.